think I'm live, but I'm not sure. So we're just checking. I haven't done this for a while, but I'm going to share some exciting things with you. I've been inspired. I just want to double check that I am streaming, because I don't want to share all this to an empty hole. I'm going to record just in case. Good morning, magnificent galactic spirits, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you love and lovers out there. And I haven't been live for a very long time, so I was inspired this morning. And the reason why I was inspired this morning was because the last 13 days of the moon cycle, and there's our glyph right there. This was the 13 days that just completed, were really, really stressful, really complicated, really unpleasant. And moon is all about transcendent flow. So if you've been paying attention to your cycles, transcendent flow hasn't been very transcendent because there has been so many external influences that have been coming my way. You know, I'm speaking for myself, but what Galactic Spirit and the Mayan calendar asks you to do is to look internally. It gives you an energy every day and in every 13 days to take a look at. I'm just showing you the 13 days that's starting right now, which we'll talk about in a second, but it gives you the opportunity to look at what is happening with your actual external and internal experience in order to up-level your consciousness. And how does the energy of the day, and we're going to talk about that in a second, but every day there's a little snapshot of energies that are specific to the natural flow of the cosmos that the genius of the Mayans gave us. And when you pay attention to them, I can guarantee 100%. I've been tracking these energies every day since 2012. You get to see the energies and your life experience in real time. And when you process them and you reflect on them based upon what actually unfolds in your synchronicities, you will up-level your life because it gives you an opportunity for deep inner reflection, noticing the synchronicities, and that's where the magic is. The magic is looking at what shows up for you based upon the daily energy, and from that you can actually start saying, how did I do that day? What was the guidance that unfolded for me? How did I meet the initiation that was given to me by the natural wonder of the universe? Because these daily energies are the energies of the universe that the Mayans, the Galactic Mayans, ancient or for whatever wisdom, they were able to mathematically and astronomically work with the energies that we can all experience. So let's talk. So yeah, maybe the past 13 days have been crummy for you. Certainly were crummy for me, but it gives us an opportunity to up level and reflect on why we didn't have fluid transcendence, because now we are starting the wind series. Today is the magnetic wind day. And let me try not to get a glare on it. I'm just showing you my vision board magnets here. And here is the 13 days that we're going to go through here. We're not going to talk about the numerical sequences or the magic and the alignments of the perfect mathematics, but because we're going to do that in a future class. But trust me when I tell you that the mathematical system and the astronomical system of the Mayan calendar is absolutely perfect. So let's just talk about the specifics and what this is going to do for you and why do you care. These 13 days is all about multidimensional connection. I like to call it two-way connection. That way it doesn't get real complicated. But the energy with this glyph, with your birthright, is all about listening to the wind. what can we hear when we quiet our breath, when we quiet our minds? Can we have deeper interconnection with God? Can we have better telepathic connection with our loved ones, wherever they may be? Whether they're in body or whether they are etherical, people that have come in our past, or maybe our spirit guides. Wind is all about the cosmic breath. The breath. How do we communicate? And that communication with everything that exists. How do we talk to the trees? How do we listen to the waves? What magic do we hear as we are being with nature and or being quiet and quiet within our higher self? That is two-way connection. What is our inner self trying to tell us, and our higher self trying to tell us? And is our egoic mind taking over because of the environmental frustrations that might be occurring in your life right now? The entire process of fifth dimension is about how are you going to live in your internal world in a place of happiness and joy. And that is the punchline. That is the essence of what Galactic Spirit and the Mayan calendar has to teach us. Galactic Spirit is an extension of the Mayan calendar, but it uses contemporary science and quantum thinking in order to bring the knowledge of the Mayan calendar forward. So here, our entire 13 days is all about how are we going to have that two-way connection. Now, one of the things that I love about the Mayan calendar and every 13-day cycle, it's kind of like a wave. We start with magnetizing, and every day we build upon our relationship with wind, with the advancements of the birthright fractals every day. Let me say that again. Even though we are in the 13th day of wind, your wind birthright is multidimensional connection. We talked about all the nuances of multidimensional connection, and we are building upon looking at and experiencing those 13 days as we build through them. That's not the best way to say that, but every day we're expanding upon the energy of wind. The first day we magnetize wind. The second day we become aware of it. What is the duality between our relationship with ourself and our higher self? Third day we're activating. The fourth day we're coming into consciousness. We're bringing the magnet and the electric together in order to expand our electromagnetic frequency. I love day number 4 because that's what expands our auric field. Why is it important to expand our auric field? Because when we radiate our vibration bigger and bigger and bigger, that's when we become more in alignment with each other, more in alignment with our external environment. That way we become manifestation magnets, because with our auric field, with our electromagnetic frequencies, we can align further with the universe. And just quickly as a teaser, looking at our DNA map, where we're starting right now, I'm looking at it in another way. We are right here, and these are the 13 days looking at it on the DNA map, but I'm showing you the DNA map. This is on the back of your galactic compass. You're actually seeing the electromagnetic Taurian field right in the DNA map. You're also seeing the DNA spiral there. So I love day number 4 because we are blending. Day number 1 is magnifying the energies toward us. That's my phone doing the Gayatri mantra. I should have turned it off. Magnifying wind and the two-way connection to us. The third day is electric. Fourth day is your electromagnetic frequency. And building that Taurian field and radiating it higher. And as we go through the nuances of each of the 13 days of wind, we are expanding it and these are the advancements of each, which are fractals of wind. How do we look at night within wind. Night, the second day, night is all about fulfilling your dreams. How do we fulfill our dreams? With two-way connection. Day number 3 is seeding. Seeding, once we want to figure out how we want to magnetize it. Seeding, how are we taking action to seed wind and two-way connection? Day number 4, which I already told you, is expanding electromagnetic frequencies. The nuance is serpent. Serpent is happens to be my superpower. Check it out on galacticspirit.com so you can learn yours. But serpent is all about initiation and passion. How are you using your passions to magnify your two-way connection? And every time you learn, there's only 20 of these little energies that are your birthrights. And as you learn them, every time you see this, it means passion. Every time you see this symbol, it means bridging worlds. It's bridging the world between your ego, which is exclusively about survival and not handling your external either choosing to handle your external forces as something that you create drama and trauma over, or bridge the world into your higher self. I love this connection here. So here on the 5th day, as an example, you're bridging worlds, you're letting go of your ego in order to have that higher two-way frequency or multidimensional connection with your higher self, that which is the exclusive purpose of Galactic Spirit. And every time you go around these 13-day cycles, you reach higher and higher octaves of yourself. Now, I just want to jump to day 8 for jollies, because day 8 in your 13-day cycle is always the 13-day cycle that happened before. So day 8, remember I told you at the beginning, moon was the 13-day cycle that we just finished yesterday, and moon, we get whatever that is, it happens again on day 8. So it says to yourself, oh, I really fucked up the moon cycle before. I allowed external, I'm speaking for myself here, maybe you didn't fuck up, I certainly did. I allowed my external forces to control me, as compared to me raising into a higher vibrational frequency. Instead of living in 5D, where your internal mind is bringing you joy and happiness and going with the flow, fluid transcendence, which is all about what the moon is, now you have an opportunity to go through looking at moon from a different place, showing you again on day 8 using two-way connection. So what I just explained to you was the practical application of the fractals within each of your cycles. If you'll look at the upper, I don't know which way you're looking at the screen here, but if you'll look at the wind symbol on the screen, you'll see the 13 days around it, with the binary code. And with so those are the fractals of the days that you actually have an opportunity, I'm repeating myself, so you can see the cycles by which you are ascending up through, giving yourself an opportunity to really anchor and have a look at the energies of the 13 days and how well you did from before. And now you start letting go, and ultimately you work in transcendence through the actual fractals of what each of these nuances mean on a daily basis. And I share those daily energies with you, not only on Facebook, but as well as on galacticspirit.com. I go a lot deeper into each of those energies because I have more time to do that on galacticspirit.com. Again, you're following along with your DNA map. I love how and this is why and how it works from a scientific and quantum perspective. You got your DNA codes. Each one of these little dots is a light code. Each one of these days is a day, daily birthright. There's your DNA code spiral right in it. We are here, and today happens to be a galactic activation portal right in the DNA spiral, so it's even so it's even more powerful. When you hit one of the days in one of the greenies, you're actually opening up bigger gateways into your DNA to activate the photonic particles, the biophotons, the luminescent particles that are innate in our DNA. Science has proven it. When they look with Kirlian photography, we have light emanating from our bodies. Maybe you've had one of those machines that take that picture of your aura before. So when it is on one of the green days, it happens to be a more powerful day to look at that and expand what? Your electromagnetic frequency, because your DNA is awakened. So this is one of the things that people don't tell you when you work with the Mayan calendar, but this is the science and the quantum behind it, which is what I find so fascinating, other than my experience or your experience working with students all over the world, watching how their experience, when they pay attention to the energy of the day, how it comes into focus. I was just speaking to a friend the other day. She happens to be a master astrologer. And she was going, I can't believe it. Yesterday, how the word air and wind kept on coming up for me. I kept on seeing signs, seeing synchronicities. Now, keep in mind, this is really important. Energy isn't a light switch. So sometimes you might see the energy of the day or the energy of the 13-day cycles a day early, a day late, but she was kind of in prep for it. She's very insightful. And the more you start paying attention to the synchronicities of how they're unfolding day by day, you're going to start seeing the interconnected, multi-dimensional relationship between how every day of the Mayan calendar and every cycle is effective for you. And I can guarantee that 100%, because I've worked with thousands of students all over the country as well, all over the world, and the relationship between them is so powerful when you pay attention to that. Where do I want to show these energies to you? On your galactic compass, one of the brilliant tools. I think it's brilliant. I developed it so you can see the energies of the day and track them to see exactly where you are. Here are the 13-day cycles. There we are. We just started wind today. It's the first day of wind. And on the first day is always the magnet day of setting the intention for your entire 13-day cycle. See all those 13 dots and bars? And the wheel will spin together. And by the way, just as a little teaser, every 52 days, we go through another cycle, like there's weeks and there's days, there's weeks and months and years, seasons, if you will. We are in the green castle of transformation, which is we've already transformed. We're already into transcendence and really recognizing your transcendental self. So here we are in that green castle right there, and it shows it right in the DNA map that's where we are. And again, that's where we are today in a galactic portal day. And ta-da, it's Valentine's Day. So I love the syncs up. That's why I decided to come on and share a little bit galactic spirit with you. I haven't been live for a long time, but I wanted to share my heart on this magnificent Valentine's Day, from my heart to yours. That is multidimensional connection. So we're starting wind. My breath honors the breath within you. My light honors the light within you. Namaste. That means namaste, the light within me, my breath, the interconnectivity, and that is ultimately what is going to be the change that you want to see in the world. The change that you want to see in the world is all about you. You changing your inner perspectives with your galactic birthrights that are given to you, that you have an opportunity to pay attention to 2 minutes every day. Because as soon as you pay attention to the energy of the day on its respective energy of the day, you will start up leveling and spiraling up your consciousness. Spiral up, I love that word, because we are spiraling up and we are always moving into higher levels of consciousness simply by paying attention to the 2-minute daily birthright and seeing how it unfolds for you, and seeing how the cumulative influence actually transforms your life. So that is wind. my breath to your breath on this magnificent Valentine's Day, the day of love. Make sure you hug everybody you see today. Share your breath. What's a kiss? A kiss is your breath. It's your inner connection. And you can absolutely kiss people out into the world telepathically. And one of the benefits of galactic spirit is starting to evolve your telepathic connections because you're paying attention to your one birthright a day. Namaste. You already know that. My breath to your breath, my light to your breath, to your light. Have a magnificent day, loved ones.